All right, folks. I got a red dot, and I know it's coming to you late right now, but I got a notice from the lady we've got on the phone right now that she was starting to worsen. So before anything happens with her tomorrow or the next day, I want to make sure that she had a chance to share her thoughts and her opinions with you. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Jane. That's an anonymous name. And we have decided to use that name because we are protecting her and her family because she is concerned for her personal well-being and her safety regarding her, where she lives in regards to how people will react if she knows that she has the virus. So I did stop by today. I did deliver her food. So thank you to the folks that donated. I appreciate that, and we will continue to take them food throughout the course of the week as best we can to try and help out. So right now I am going to bring on Jane. So hi. I'm not going to say how are you because I already know.
Yeah.
So let's go over the history here, okay? So when did you find out that you had this?
It was last Friday.
Okay.
Not this last Friday, but the Friday before.
Okay. And you don't know where you got it from?
No. No idea.
Okay. And on top of that, you have felt the progression occurring with this in regards to how the virus has been developing, correct?
Yes.
All right. So tell us about your I don't give anything away. I don't give your family situation away, but at the same time, just give us your brief history, your medical history, and tell us about yourself.
All right. I stopped doing chemo last year. After that, my immune system's still weak, but it gets better. Every day it gets a little bit better. I started feeling just like weird little symptoms. Like I had a fever, but it went away with Tylenol, which is kind of normal for a cold. I got a runny nose, figured, okay, it's probably just the flu. And then within like 2 days after, I started getting a horrible headache. The kind where it feels like somebody's hammering your skull nonstop, and it hurts really bad. I went to the hospital and was told that they couldn't test me for coronavirus, that it was probably the flu. The flu test came back negative.
Wait a second. Why did they tell you that they could not test you?
I had to be over the age of 61 in the state of Ohio and had to pretty much be on my deathbed to get a test, is what the woman told me when I called the line after the hospital did.
They told you had to be over 61?
I had to be over 61, and I had to be in immediate risk of dying.
Okay. Okay. So then at some point, when they did decide to administer the test, what was the decision there? How did that happen?
I called my family doctor. We went through my whole background as well as my daughter's. Because we both had asthma, I had chemo. It was really important for my doctor to make sure that I was going to be okay and that my kid would be okay. She's a teenager. She has plenty of life ahead of her, so it was really a moment where I had to kind of yell at the doctor because I don't understand why everyone's life is important. I understand the elderly are at risk too, but there's also a whole other group of people that are at risk.
So in talking to you, I've understood that both you and your daughter have asthma.
Yes.
Okay. So that's why your family doctor at that point, I guess my question is, what happened to get them to administer the test?
Pretty much me complaining to the point of having no breath left.
Okay. I don't want.
I told him I was going to call my lawyer because I feel like that's an injustice to not be able to get tested, especially when it's just consecutively getting worse.
All right, I just for the sake of mitigation on my end and legal stuff, I do not want to know what hospital that is, okay? But I do know that you live in the Akron area,
Yes.
and I will say that I didn't know that part of the story before we started going live here, so that's very surprising to me. I didn't know that. So then the next question, I guess, would be, so you got the test. And then what happened?
We had to wait 3 to 5 days for the test to come back. We were told pretty much to go on quarantine. Don't go anywhere. Don't let anyone around you. Don't go to work. Don't send anyone in the house to school. It was pretty much just sit there at home. And then if anything gets too bad where you feel like you can't breathe at all, call 911. And then we'll put you in the ICU.
So you're stuck at home right now. You're in quarantine.
Yep.
I dropped off food today, and so thankful to the folks that donated for that. And you know, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm not trying to make a joke here, but up to this point, do you cook? Are you a regular cook?
Yes and no. Because of the situation of my living arrangement, I work 48 plus hours a week, usually more than one job.
Okay, so you're out there grinding. You're out there grinding. You're working 1 to 2 jobs.
I'm a quick mom.
Yeah, and I mean, how do I say it the right way? Feel free to share whatever you feel comfortable with sharing. Okay, I don't want to say anything that you don't want to give away. You know what I mean? But you have mentioned to me you're a single mom, and you have mentioned that you work all the time. So, you know, you're out. So I'm assuming you guys live that carry out, take out kind of lifestyle, right? And in the case,
for the most part, or dinners that I can get done within an hour before I have to go to work.
Hashtag Instapot.
Yeah, you know, I don't know about that. I'm more of like the old school one.
Okay. So you still try to cook, but the point is now you're in a situation where you're like being forced to cook, and carry out's really not an option.
I'm scared to cook, knowing that I could give it to my 2 children who did not test positive.
So let's talk about that. So you got two kids living in the house right now that do not have the virus. What are you doing? What are you doing to like keep them safe? And how does that work? How does that even work?
We don't. It breaks my heart to say it. We don't cuddle. There's like space between us at all times. The kids have masks and gloves just to protect them. I try to disinfect everything I touch as soon as I'm done. It's hard.
All right, now
but for the most part, it's just there's like no contact. It's horrible.
I mean, I'm sorry. There's a lot of people right now that are watching, and someone just said that, well, they'll be praying for you. So, the reason we're doing this interview right now is because you contacted me tonight and you said things have gotten much worse during the day.
Yeah, getting to breathe is harder. The stress and anxiety of all of it. It hurts to breathe.
And you mentioned before we hopped on this call that you needed to take a shower to steam up just to be able to breathe better.
Yeah, the steam seems to help as much as humanly possible, especially because I have asthma. I found that the steam before this would help my asthma when it got like really severe, especially like, you know, midsummer when everything is just full bloom.
Everything that I've read about this thing, it from Italy and from China and from Korea, a lot of the doctors talk about drinking warm liquids and drinking warm fluids. Does that help, or have you? I know you talk about. It
actually makes it worse. Cold liquids is probably what saves me in ice.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, what's next? I mean, based on what you've shared, you just kind of sit around and you wait and see what happens. Is that the plan?
Pretty much. If anything gets worse, we'll call 911 and report it to the emergency room before you go in, which is awesome because I don't know how you're supposed to do that in an emergency. Call your doctor if you seem to feel like you're getting better and to see if they want you to go in because you could still have it. You could still be contagious. Pretty much it's isolate completely and hope you get better at the current rate.
Okay. I'm going to ask a direct question. You do not have to answer this, but I want to know. If you end up going in, do you have a plan for the kids?
Yes.
Okay. So the kids will be taken care of.
I finished my will and testament when I was rushed to the hospital last time because I couldn't breathe before they let me come back home.
I don't want to go that far because we're gonna make sure we're gonna all make sure you try and live. But as far as will and testament goes, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like living arrangements.
Yeah, at the hospital. If I go in and they have to put me on ICU, they will follow your last will and testament while you're in the ICU.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I don't mean to get emotional right now. I'm sorry. So, someone just asked, how long ago were you diagnosed? You said it's been
a week and a day.
Okay. And then symptom-wise, specifically, you said
They'll have a really bad headache and a very dry cough. You're going to feel like every part of your body just hurts. You're just tired and drained for no reason.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll sleep a lot too, which I've noticed because I can sleep for 14 hours straight and not move, and I'm used to maybe 4 hours if I'm lucky.
Okay. Well, you've got a whole community thinking of you.
Thank you.
You got a whole community praying for you, and I will do whatever I can to keep you and the kids fed throughout the week. And,
thank you.
And, you know, this is one of those, it is what it is, and it sucks, and we're going to, here's the problem, right?
Right.
I'm worried about your story being one of the first of many that we're going to hear, and all local community people. So,
honestly, as long as people start to actually listen and stay inside, there'll probably be a lot less if people would literally just take it serious. That is my biggest thing. It's because everyone's like, oh, it's just another flu. It's really not.
Well, I got angry earlier tonight, and I snapped at some people on my personal Facebook, and then I got the text that was a lecture from my mama, and I'm done being nice about it. I mean, you know, we're past the point. We're past the point of being nice about this, and we just have to. This isn't a work together situation now. This is what you have to do situation. Okay. But yeah, I mean, you know, you can go back and you can see this video and you can see all the comments of the people that are coming in. There are a ton of people that are watching this right now, and everyone's concerned, and none of us know what to do, right? So we're all just trying to figure out our role. And in this scenario, my role is to just share your story and to get the people out there that this is now impacting the Akron community and the 3 Through to Go community. This thing started in China, back in December, or actually late November, and it went all throughout the world, and now it's here in our community, and it's something that we have to deal with. And it's important that your story is shared, and that people understand that this is not a joke anymore, and this is the real deal. Okay. So for those of you that are just tuning in right now, I need you to just go back to the beginning of the video and rewatch, because we're not going to go over all this again. And I've got to get to bed, because I think we're still doing. I think we're still doing the your pizza thing. So someone did just ask Jane. Just give us an idea. How old are you?
Early 30s.
She's in her early 30s, and she does have asthma. So there's your complication. All right. And there's, you see all these people posting on Facebook, it's just the flu. And they're just not, they just aren't getting it. They're not getting it. And
those will be the first ones that'll get it. Because to be honest with you, the first time I heard about this, I was like, nah, we'll never hit here. It won't happen to me. Well, it did. So,
all right.
Those will be the first ones.
Okay, well, I need to get some rest. You need to get some rest.
Definitely.
Love you, sis. Hang in there. Check out the community outpouring right now, and that's all we got right now. And I'll talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay.
All right. Get some rest.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. I mean, on my personal Facebook, we've been talking about this. I've been tracking it for 8 weeks. And now here we are. And she is just one case of many, and you're going to see a lot more in the very near future. And let's just do our part. Everybody do your part. Okay? Sorry I got emotional. I mean, I didn't even know her. I mean, we've been Facebook friends, but I didn't even know her until just this past week or two. And it gets me, man. It gets me. It just tears me up. I like people. 3 to go is we're the people business. Is what we do. We're about fun and food and sports and festivals and doing crazy shit. And this is not the kind of crazy that we like to cover. So that's all I got. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but we'll be back after it. Whew. Okay. Until that time, take care, folks. Have a good night, everybody. And say good night, Shirley.